What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we have a special surprise. We got some goodies from F&T Fur Harvesters. Let me show you what we got here. First and foremost, we got some Bridger number 2 4 coil offset jaw, number 2 chain, 2 swivels, center mount. Pretty good trap. A half dozen of those. We got some MB crunch proof swivels. We got some MB inline swivels. We got some 1 3/4 Bridger, 2 coils, but we got the 4 coil kits, so I'll show you how to throw those on. We also got 2 dozen Wolf Fang earth anchors, the kits. I got 1/8 inch cable, 18 inches. We got the Wolf Fang driver, and we got these here little guys. This is a J.C. Connor lightning spring kit. It's the number 9 kit. It's for a Montgomery Step in 1.5 and 1 3/4 trap. I also got brand new music wire springs for the same traps. I'll be showing you how to put those on and how to rig those up too. I'll show you the trap real quick. So these little guys right here, we're gonna rig these up for some really nice fox and fisher traps. We're gonna put number 2 chain on them. We're gonna put a center mount swivel on them instead of a side. And we're gonna update the springs to music wire springs, and we're gonna 4 coil them. So stick around. Alright, so we're gonna start with the Bridger 1 3/4. We're gonna 4 coil them. Show you how to do it. It's pretty simple. So you take your 4 coil kit here. It's just a small music wire spring for each side. You don't even need tools. They honestly go on so easy. You can see I can spring them open pretty easily. They're tough, but they're not crazy tough. You put the small end away from the trap. They go on like that. And then you just grab this part right here. And you clip them right in. And just do the same thing with the other side. You want to make sure on these 4 coil kits that you're pushing that spring all the way up to the base of the trap. You don't want it out here. You don't want it to be sprung. You want it all the way up there. It just connects right to the ear of the trap there. And then the bottom connects to the bottom of that base plate. Now, you can barely even get these things apart. That's why we 4 coil. You got frozen ground. You got a lot of stuff that you need to get through. Those 4 coils on this, they help you get through the dirt. And the offset jaws for coyote, fox, you get them in there. You know, you're holding them. It doesn't harm the animal. It doesn't cut circulation off. It's just a much more humane style of trap, I would say. The offset jaws on these traps also help the jaws to close all the way on the animal. So when the animal sticks its foot down in here, gives these jaws a little more room to close, letting the ears come up more and lock the trap better on the animal, so you have fewer pull-outs, fewer empty catch circles. I'd say the only thing that I don't recommend offset jaws for is drowner sets for beavers and otters, things like that. You how to put an earth anchor on. So you take the crunchless swivel that's on them. These traps all come with number 2 chain on them. They come with a crunchless swivel right at the base of the trap. So you just take one of your inline swivels here, slide it in through that hole, and you pull it through just like that. Take one of your anchors, they have a loop on them there. So you pull that, take this loop there, you just put that on there like that. grab a pair of channel locks, pliers, whatever you got, and you crunch them shut. So that way, it's closed, can't get out. And then you have the swivels, so as much as that coyote tries to, get out, tangle it up, run around, go crazy, it's not tangling this up. It's not creating any leverage. It's gonna stay just like this. That's what you want. So that's how we set up the 1 3/4. That's how we set them up. I'm not saying it's the best way. I'm not saying our ways is better than your ways. That's how we do it. Any suggestions? We're open to them. All right, now for the big dogs. The number 2 bridgers, the dogless. They're night latched too, night latched on the pan. What a night latch is, for you guys that don't know what it is it's either on, for a dogless it'd be on the pan, for one that has a dog it would be on the dog. And what it does is when you set the trap, your pan actually will lock into place perfectly level, and that will help you with your success rates because your pan's going to be right where you need it to be. These are some tough traps. Same thing, they come with the number 2 chain, 2 swivels with a base plate anchor, 4 coil, offset jaw. We're going to set them up the same way. So you just take the earth anchor, take one of your inline swivels, put it onto the crunchless swivel on the end, put through the hole, same way as with the 1 3/4, just like that. And then we put this through, take your handy dandy channel locks, and you crunch them down. Not overly complicated, and it works. So that's what it's going to look like when it's all done. You got your swivel, they can spin around, do whatever. This will be drove into the ground. And then you bed your trap. So that's the number 2s. So here is the Montgomery Step In. It's a 1.5. We're going to 4 coil it. We're going to change the chain out. We're going to put a center swivel in it. We're going to set it up to be a really nice Fox and Fisher set. Alright, so the first thing that you're going to need is your 4 coil kit. This one is a JC Connor. It's just a lightning spring kit. What it's going to come with is a new U-clip, the 4 coil springs. It's going to come with a new clip, and it's going to come with a bolt. Alright, so before I dive into this build, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what we're going to be doing here. So, first and foremost, what you're going to want to do is we need to remove this clip and these old springs. So what you're going to do is you're going to unclip the tag end of these springs on both sides. That'll free them up off the trap. And then you're going to pull this clip out of the trap. Get rid of it because it's all junk. Take your new clip and your new springs. You're going to put the springs on the clip, and then you're going to feed it back into here so that it's just like it is now. Now, the only reason that we're replacing the clip is because the old clip isn't quite long enough to accept the 4 coil kit. So if you were going to just respring your traps, you wouldn't need the kit. You could just buy the springs. Now put the button on it. That hurt. That one's gonna draw some blood. Oh yeah. Time for the next one. Watch out. Wear your safety glasses. Alright, so that's going to let all this go slack because there's no springs on it. Alright, so the music wire springs. Boy, those things are tough. I don't even know if you really need to 4-coil this, but we're gonna. Alright, so we grabbed the 4-coil kit. All it is, just a spring, a nut and a bolt, and a clip. So the 4-coil spring is going to go on the end of the C-clip. This part here is going to go underneath the trap, and then the 2 tag ends are going to go on the ears. So I'm going to put that together. Alright, so I got the 4-coil kit on. Obviously you can see it goes underneath the trap, and then you have your springs on each side. So then, what this clip is for, they give you the clip, and they give you a bolt, and they give you a nut. So what the clip is for is it actually goes, see that hole there, it actually goes right there, and then you bolt it together, so that way when you're setting it or when it's setting off, this doesn't slip off. This actually is going to hold it in place. I have the clip on, I have the springs on, trap's ready to go. Now it's time to get this chain off of here, put a center swivel in it, and attach an earth anchor to it, and we'll be ready to go. We're going to take this chain off. It's just the stock chain that it came with. It's not, I mean, it's not going to really hurt anything, but it tends to kink up, and sometimes that creates leverage that you don't necessarily want. So we're going to pull it off. Open that up, pull that off, get rid of it, and just swivel up more. We ain't gonna use it. It actually broke. That's one thing I really can't stress enough. Pay attention to your equipment, it'll break. It's metal. Flexes one too many times, snaps in half. There's your coyote, gone. Don't want that. Alright, so we have the trap, no chain, no nothing. So I've already hooked up an earth anchor to this number 2 chain. It's just a section, I don't know, 8-10 inches long with a crush-proof swivel on it. So we got the trap, we got it 4-coiled, we got it set up. Check it out there. So we're gonna center mount this. I'm gonna put it in the vise. I'm gonna drill a hole through it. I'll be right back. Alright, we got our hole drilled. I'm going to put it through the trap. So we got her through. Alright, then you just crunch it shut. And there you have it, a revived Montgomery Step center swivel with a crunch proof right there with an 18-inch earth hanger. I got a couple of things here. Alright, now for the smelly stuff. I got some Dunlap Damnation Red Fox gland. And then I got some Dunlap Lures Winter Predator bait solution. So what you do with this is when you make your bait, which I'll make a video later showing you how we make our bait. We usually use beaver meat. Usually mix a little bit of cat food in with it just to get that different smell to it. We use castor. We mix it with glycerin. We mix it with a preservative. And then we take this winter bait solution, and what it does, it has like essential oils in it. It's got skunk essence. It's got a couple other things to help it so when that bait freezes, this is still working. That still has that call scent to it. You don't want to just use like a meat, because when the meat freezes, you lose all your scent. You want to have some sort of a skunk essence or an oil or something to give it that call, so that when that fox is walking by 10 feet away from your trap, it's going to stop and go, I smell that, and then come over and inspect your trap. So that's why we use that. And then the gland lure, always a good idea to use some sort of a gland lure. From what I've read and what I understand is that the fox gland lure is pretty much the best all around. You know, you catch a coyote that comes in messing with a fox set. Obviously a fox will come in, especially during breeding season. They see that, they smell that gland, and they're going to come in and check it out. Fisher really like to take things away from fox. So you put some fox gland on your fisher set, potentially, if he's walking by, he's going to go, oh, sweet, something's already killed that. I'm going to go and check that out. And it works pretty well. But, I mean, that's about it. That's all we really got in. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.